Hello, everyone.
Don't you dare spill it. Don't you dare spill it.
There's my family. All right, there's me. There's my family. All right, there's... So I'm just putting this stuff online so that everybody can find it here. Hello, everyone. Welcome. Welcome. All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Thank you for joining me on a rainy Saturday afternoon in New York, which means that that my reeds, which I play on daily, are all different than they were for the last, I don't know, 9 or 10 days, which is awesome and super fun. So I have about 4 reeds here that I'm going to sort of play on and off, decide which one works. I generally play on 2 specific types of reeds. I'll show you that. Well, they'll be backwards for you, but they're both Van Doren. This is a Van Doren V12 number 4. This is a Van Doren 50 or V21. Sorry, I thought it was a 56 ruler pack. Also number 4. Difference is very subtle. This one is slightly thinner. If you could look at the light in the tip here, if I can make the light appear in the tip. This one's slightly more. Usually V12s for me, because of the thickness of the tip, are a little bit better. Why does it matter? It doesn't. But I got 4 different reeds that I'm going to sort of sort through and play through and just sort of see which one feels the best. For now, I'm not concerned about them for like a performance situation, because I don't know when my next performance is, except for this. All right, so here's reed number 1. Let's take a listen and look. I could tell you on first glance, for me, it feels slightly bright, but vibrates okay. So let me take a little tour on it. Yeah, I thought I'd taken that off. Let me make sure that my my wireless is off, so you don't read all of my texts. Okay. Okay, fine. It works. I'm not too terribly concerned about it, because I got a lot of stuff I want to do with my chops. So I am going to go straight into working on my natural minor scale, which I do by slowing my usual tempo down. Here I am at 80. Okay. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to play 16th notes. I'm going to play the modes of E natural minor or G major 2 octaves at a time on each scale degree up and down. In slow motion, I would play, the first one is my low E, so the first mode that I would play would be the natural minor mode, which I fucking forget. Ionian, Dorian, Phrygian, Lydian, Mixolydian, Aeolian, is that right? Locrian, Ionian. So I guess we're going to be starting with the Aeolian mode. 2 octaves, slow motion like this. Then my next scale degree would be F sharp. So I would do the same thing within the key of E natural minor or G major, F sharp to F sharp, G to G, A to A, B to B, etc., until I get to the high F sharp here. like so. Nice and easy, nice and even, letting my air do the work, listening for the quality of the sound and how even I can be. Being very relaxed and loose with my upper body if I can. As I continue, okay, I'm going to keep just, this is the only talking I'm going to do in the middle of this part. Okay, I'm listening for evenness, I'm listening for tone, and I'm listening for like a nice medium mezzo forte forte. Not blasting. I don't want to blow everything I have through the instrument. I really want to worry more about the quality. Does it have a sweetness to it? Is it dolce and ringing? And then is it even? We're on A now, A to A. Okay, more or less kind of a faster long tone exercise. I'm really trying to keep my corners nice and tight, keep all of my air going through my instrument and not flying out of my face. Okay? Just this big, fat, bulky mass of air that I'm then focusing and sending in a really vibrating fashion through my instrument. Just the most meaty, woody breath. And you can work on that, and I'm going to work on that right now using one of these things, and we've worked on this before, and if I've talked about it and you've been here, then forgive me, but why not reiterate it, okay? So, this is called a spirometer. This measures your breath intake and also is a good training tool to expand and continue work on your breath intake. So the first thing that I do, even though this is not actually how you use this, okay, this is not an exercise per se, just going to kind of give it a good tug at full strength and peg it up at the top. This is a 5-liter one, not a 4-liter one. And just kind of see where my raw capacity is at right now. So okay, so my raw capacity pegs it up at 5, but that's not actually how you use it. If you look here, you can see 3 marks on this. It says good, it says better, and then it says best. Okay? Your job is to try to inhale in a relaxed fashion and try to keep the stopper hovering, the top of the stopper hovering wherever this is. For example, if I try to do, let's say I try to do good here. Okay, now I'm leaned over, so let me sit up straight and try to do that. So, that's 3/4 of a liter less than it is on my full pull, which is pretty normal. Okay, I'm going to do one more pull now on the middle. Okay, it's going to really start. I really am trying to keep this as relaxed and allow myself to be as fat as possible while I take these breaths. So I'll do the same thing. And just watch how much I allow my belly to stick out. And the reason that I allow my belly to sort of just relax and be kind of fat and loose is because all of the muscularity is actually above that area in my body, and I want to keep that pretty loose. So as I go now, I'm going to stay at this profile and play in context. Let me do the whole E natural minor scale at a medium tempo just to put that together. Same breath, and then the same origin. So you breathe in like this, down and fat, and then you push out down and fat. It comes from the same place that pulls the air down and out into your body as to squeeze it back up and in from the same place, like you're squeezing the bottom of a roll of toothpaste. And I'm sure that you can see as I'm playing that, my belly is going in a slow fashion, but that's what I'm doing. I'm letting it dissipate. Let's do that again. Watch one other thing this time. Watch the embouchure here, and watch that there's no real difference as I go up over the high notes. Everything stays pretty much uniform. Now, of course, there are minute changes throughout. Like I'm definitely changing small things, but there's no wholesale change in my embouchure or in my breathing as I go for the high notes. Okay, that adds tension, that adds brightness, it adds all sorts of things that are not great. All of that needs to happen on the inside of your face. Okay, it's called voicing. Just move your tongue from an A position to an E position in your mouth as you go up. The more you fuck around with it, the more you'll be better at it. It's not unteachable, but it's more teachable just to yourself by fooling around. In fact, let's fool around for a second so I can tell you exactly what I'm talking about. Look, voicing. It's not that complicated. It's really whistling or singing through your horn in a way. When you whistle, you're voicing. I'm not a professional, but in order to make those different tones, my tongue is actually in different places inside of my mouth. So what's happening is that I'm just blowing air through my mouth to whistle, right? I can't blow too hard or it'll go away. I can't blow too soft or it won't happen. But when I raise and lower my tongue in my mouth, what that's doing is actually making the tube that my air is coming out of smaller and larger, yeah? And that speeds up and slows down the air, which is actually what's happening. So like a hose with a nozzle, you can get some really powerful water to come out of a tiny aperture. You know, they cut metal with water laser things, right? So it can be very, very powerful, but it's all about putting it through a smaller and smaller and smaller hole. That's what speeds up the water, not the pump behind it. It's exactly the same with air. Okay? What speeds up your air mostly is your voicing, not the pump behind it. That should be roughly constant, with some differences. Why don't I shut up for a little while and play some scales? You found me in a talky mood today. All right. So I'm not worried about E natural minor. I've been working on that for a long time. So I'm going to go to harmonic minor. I'm going to raise the 7th scale degree. No real problems in doing that. That just means I have to go left hand C, right hand D sharp. I'm going to try to really be clean and beautiful. Here we go. 4 iterations per breath. Yeah, so I liked my second repeat of that a lot better than my first, and I did something that is really, really basic to just straightening your mind out, and that is, the first time I was like, okay, that's a little uneven, oh, there was a little blip between the D sharp and the C there, okay, blah, 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 and I'm thinking of all these technical things. But in my second iteration, I was like, how about I just try to play even. Let's just really think about how even this is. And lo and behold, 90% of the things that I was working on magically straightened themselves out. It's just another illustration all the time of that technical problems have musical solutions, right? If you really are thinking things in a musical fashion, a lot of times the technique will sort of swing its way out for you, but let's keep working so that we have the answers to all of those questions. Same thing, 4 breaths, 4 iterations per breath. Again, not worrying about the speed, just letting the tempo come, worrying about the beauty of the notes and the evenness of the technique. Okay, not too bad. Nothing for me to write home about, nothing for me to cry home about. All right, listen. The next thing, 140, same exact idea. I had something I was going to tell you. I'll remember it. Oh, yeah. So I play 4 iterations. I let that settle. for 4 beats, I take a nice 4-beat breath, and then I do the second set of 4 iterations, okay? It's a very organized, relaxed way of going about it. It gives me time to let everything fall away, retake my thoughts, and go back into the situation. Here's 140. No panic, only chill. Another situation where I had to straighten out my mess, but I straightened it out. All right, so here's our goal, 160, which is pretty damn fast, actually. All right, no panic, only chill. Okay, we're just going to let our fingers do the walking. It is plenty fast. Just easy and organized. I was so close to like putting 5 good reps together. It's so hard at that tempo. It's like being an Olympic ice skater or something at that tempo. It's like you're teetering on the edge of genius the whole time. Okay, there, we're getting there. Okay. That only earns us a reprieve. Okay, because now we're going to move down to melodic minor. That's the last thing on this page. This adds some difficulty. You know, always a problem between C sharp and D sharp here, C sharp and D sharp here. But then the real problem is C sharp, D sharp here. Okay, I always fork no matter what, under any circumstances. Always, up and down. Okay, but now we don't have to worry it on the way up. All right, so we're not too worried about it. right. Starting to cook a little bit now. 120, same thing. No panic, only chill. We're only just extrapolating what we just did and moving it just a little bit faster. Okay, we're not thinking about the speed. We're thinking about how even and beautiful it is. Yeah, I like that. That was pretty. That was pretty and beautiful. I liked it. Same thing. Sound and evenness. Getting there. All right. Let's hit our goal. 160. Don't panic. You know, there's a saying that in fighting, in boxing, where sometimes a boxer in the middle of a fight is a little bit, gets reluctant, he gets a little locked up, and the coaches often just tell them to let your hands go, right? Just like do what you do. Let free yourself from the confines that you've created for yourself. Let your hands go. It's pretty good. I'm going to do that right now. All right, man. Wow. Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah. I didn't mind that one single bit. Let me swab out real quick. Mouthpiece off. Get my swab. Bada bing, bada swing. Put it back through the bottom. Pull it out through the top. Okay. Don't put it in through the top, please. Put it in through the bottom every single time. Let's see what's going on here. All right. Well, I was going to trade off reeds today, but this one feels pretty good, so I'm just going to stick with it for a while and see what happens. Okay. So, now we're going to move on to the arpeggio here. First without articulation, then with. again, how you subdivide these 16th notes makes a big difference in how even they're going to sound. If you lean on each downbeat, that is a recipe for not even technique, okay? If we look at, first of all, I leave the first quarter note off because I really don't care about it, okay? Let me get this a little bit bigger for you. So I'm really starting on where the 16th start, okay? But if I were to think about this like, eventually that would break down on me in terms of how even I can play. But if I think going towards the next downbeat with a sequence of 3 16th notes, like then when I put it in context, it can be quite even, okay? So I'm sure that's why that first 16th note is there, to get you to think about, but I don't need that help. Okay? So here we are at 100, subdivision on, as always, at 100. 2 iterations per breath. Take the repeat. Sorry. 2 iterations per breath, 2 breaths per tempo. So now I take it up to halfway to my next tempo, which is 110, and then I'm going to add these articulations. Slur 2, tongue 1, slur 2, tongue 1, tongue 2, slur 2. Just sort of matter-of-factly practicing these articulations because they're so common for us to play. I just put them in the course of my practicing earlier in the day. Get them out of the way. I don't love it, but I'm not going to give myself too hard of a time today. Don't feel like it. All right? We're going to keep going. 2 iterations per breath, 2 breaths per tempo. Okay, and here's our goal, 140, not too bad. Pretty fast, but at this tempo, or in this key, should be doable. Right hand, E and B. Try to keep it as simple as possible. Keep everything in the same hand as much as possible. Here we go, easy and even. Not too bad. Not worried about it. Not worried about it. Feels pretty good. Okay, so now we're going to do the Interruptus Scale. Again, this slide in the middle that you see here is a diagonal. Okay, so a lot of times you can slide here or here, but this one actually goes across and down. So that could be quite, depending on how fresh you are, could be quite sticky actually to get down there. So if you just kind of scratch your face like I just did, kind of nonchalantly, you can kind of get a little bit of oil, like facial oil, onto your finger. Now, I took a shower like just before I did this, but I'm a human being and consequently I have a little bit of oil on my face. So boom. And what that does is it gives me, whoosh, I just slide like a crazy person. Okay, that's a Larry Combs special. Otherwise, just super even. Same idea as with the arpeggios to go. Etc. Okay, 120. Sometimes I just stop and look over a little couple of notes that I felt a little weird about, and if nothing happens, then whatever. Let's go. A 1. No major issues, so I go to 140 and I finish this part off. Here we go. That looks ridiculous. Let me look at myself again. I like the look of that technique. I gotta be honest, it looks real nice. You know, I mean, I can really feel the difference when I'm cooking as I currently am. Knock Formica, or what is this? Corian. Just gonna just try to be humble and do my best here. Just stay not too overconfident, because this is the hard part. Thirds at 140 are crushing. Here we go. Okay, let's keep going. 120. Yeah, that turnaround at that tempo up top on that second half at this tempo is no joke. Let's see if I can just get right through it. Okay? Let my hands go. Oh, that is fast. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to let myself get away with that. It was pretty close, actually. You know, look, if I was playing for an audition, if I was preparing for a concerto and that was a lick in the concerto, then I worried about it a bit more, obviously, but for a daily kind of practice routine, I'm going to feel okay about pretty much tagging that at 140. Everything else felt pretty good. I'm going to give myself, for the scale work, overall, solid A-. All right, let's see. I think I will switch out reeds here. I don't mind this one. Just want to try out a couple of other ones. All right, and we're going to do that by moving on to this shit right here. My Kroepsch, my beautiful Kroepsch. Oh, and now I bring in my music, because up until now, as always, everything else is memorized. Otherwise, you don't really know it, do you? Here's something that I like a lot. I might have shown you this before. While I let my body take a little bit of a breather here. This is a pretty cool little piece of equipment. I think this is by a company called, I think this is Yamana. I'm not sure. Something like that. And it has a couple of things. It has a little rolly thing here, but what I really love is this little roll, these little rollers here. These roll together, and what you could do. All right, look, you see, this is what happens when you have a 7-year-old. Like, this was... Saul, come here for a second, please. What happened here?
Bad person.
No, that big deal. No, but dude, come on, man. Can you not chew on my stuff? Look, I use this. You see yourself? I use this, buddy, okay? Stop messing up my stuff. Oh, you're going to give me a sad face? Hey, so, did you finish the Pokemon Go part?
No.
No?
But we're gonna take a walk around the block because Cece's gonna get some air, and then
Okay.
I'm gonna process.
Is it raining still, or is there a break in the rain?
The break of the rain stopped because Mom was unlucky.
So, I mean, I honestly have to buy another one of these because it doesn't really work well anymore. Can you not? All right, thank you. Just a little thing where he's eating all of my clarinet equipment.
No, not exactly clarinet equipment.
And my self hand massager all of a sudden has big chunks out of it.
Yeah.
Let's move on, shall we? Anyway, that would be a really nice finger massager if it actually were intact. So I recommend it. After that killer demonstration, how could you resist, right? There's a little stuffier than the last read, but I'm going to go with it for now. Probably forever. So these exercises, I put one metronome marking on. In this case, it's 60, and I just play everything as printed. Initially from the 16th notes, extremely legato, extremely connected, extremely beautiful, extremely even. As though all of these exercises, I want to play in a way that I would be trying to win a job by playing these exercises as well. Okay, like each one is a make or break orchestral excerpt for you. Keep it even, keep it easy. If it's not great, fix it, he said. Nope, not doing it. How about this one? All right, let's keep going. This is number 41. Super easy, super even, super beautiful. keep going. No straining on number 43. Use your side fingering for the high G. Sliver key on always. Okay. Now I'm just going to continue the same tempo. It's going to change, obviously, now 6 notes per beat instead of 4 notes per beat. Same tempo, though. Trying to keep it even. Now that we're moving faster notes, dragging the metronome slightly. Don't get ahead of the beat here. Yeah, and notice there's not a whole lot of struggling for those high notes, right? So I'm just really letting my voicing and my ear do the right thing. Oh, fuck. There's very little different things happening inside my, well, outside of my face. 46, please. Again, dragging the metronome, keeping it slightly slow. right, let's get into some 30-second notes, shall we? Can be somewhat scary here. Don't let yourself be too scared. Again, drag the metronome. This all should be a little solid from all of the work that we've done over the previous 4 days to this, yeah? Let's keep going. Finish this bad boy off with these 5. Just keeping it consistent, keeping the same tempo. Not too short. Staccato means separated, not short. Easy and good air, please. Okay, let's keep going. Not terrible, not too bad. 49. Yep. Just keep it right in the middle. Ego free. Ego free is the way to be. Keep this very easy, very light, very sort of like relaxed, especially in your left hand. Fuck! Number 52, we're going to finish off with this bad boy yonder, and then we're going to be done 1 hour. So less than an hour without talking, yeah? See? Less than an hour if you go all the way through. Thank you for sticking around. I always appreciate it. Love you guys. You could make more comments, though, if you wanted to. Thanks very much. I really